me miss the annual Suit Me Up, courtesy, of course, the Association of Female Executives of Trinidad and Tobago, is happening this month on the 16th of November. You don't want to miss it, and you don't want to miss a bit more that we have in store this morning. Speaking to the president of AFETT, Simone Francois Whittier. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you with us on the show this morning. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, yes.
I can only imagine how busy you are with everything that's going on.
Yes, frenetic pace, yeah.
I can imagine. And we have to talk about that as well, because aside from Suit Me Up, you do have a lot. But before we go to that, let's go back to the beginning and a little bit about AFETT and share with us perhaps some of the main objectives.
Okay, so basically, we have a tagline, we make women winners. So AFETT was started over 20 years ago, and it's been, I want to say, a labor of love for all the women who've been privileged to be members, to support, because we have people that we call AFETT adjacent who have not joined but who've been here throughout the years, supporting, assisting. So our job is to basically help professional women or women who want to enter the professional space. And professions are not just suit and ties. That's why I wore my polo, my t-shirt. We do all have to wear black suits every day.
Of course.
But it's for women who actually want to level up and want to improve their lives in some way. And we try to make all women feel that comfort, that space, that support.
Yeah.
So what we really try to do is provide training, networking opportunities. That's one of our biggest selling points, because people love, as Trinidad, as Caribbean people, to lime.
Of course.
And over the years, we've had non-Trinidadians on the board as well. So we've tried to, take a very collective, very collaborative approach to improving women's lives.
Now, speaking about collaboration, this, of course, would not be possible without some collaboration.
That's right.
So let's talk a little bit about Suit Me Up 2024, what we can look forward to, and those who have been involved thus far.
Well, so far, I want to say thank you to GMMB, one of our sponsors and our event partners. We also have been partnering with Netco, so they're going to be coming on board, because during this year's Suit Me Up, we have an initiative called the Skills for Success Workshop for young women between the ages, let's say Form 4, that's like 15, 16 to 25, even though we have older women applying to participate in that session during Suit Me Up. So we have private service providers, like our former president, Charlene Pedro, she'll be coming to do training as well. I think that's Coventus Inc. We also have private citizens, like attorneys, people who are business people, supporting us, providing us with some of the clothing we'll be selling, donating the clothing to us. So, and of course, the volunteers. So far, we've had about 20 ladies come out on a Saturday to help sort. So, good stuff.
And one can only imagine how much you have to sort through as well.
Yes.
What time does it start on Saturday morning?
9 a.m., even though people line up from 8.
You know what's interesting?
Yeah.
I'm seeing this now. We're starting to line up for things. So, I mean, it must be an amazing event.
It is. It's like a thrifting extravaganza. But this year, we want to bring it back to its original moorings, a little closer. It's not just about the sales. It's about allowing women to have that opportunity to get good quality, gently used, good clothes to go to, their jobs, job interviews, prepare for the world of work. So it's not just, about the shopping, even though it becomes like that.
Yeah, excellent. Now, we were also discussing some of the other things that were taking place as well. Of course, as you mentioned, you are on this mission of getting women ready for the world of work. And you do have a mentorship program.
Yes, we do.
So can you share with us a little bit about that?
Well, the Reach Mentorship Program is one of our flagship, I want to say, it's not an event, it is a program. So it's one of the things that we're best known for. So we tend to get support from the government, different ministries, community development, new development in the past. But this year, we're especially proud to say that we were able to secure the partnership of the International Organization for Migration, which is a UN agency, and they'll be coming on board to help us. So this year, we're going to have girls who are in less than ideal situations from not only our let's say the host population, but non-national girls as well participating in the program. So we're doing training for the mentors right now. We had an overwhelming, set of applicants to be mentors. These people volunteer their times, and I need to say that, to thank them for volunteering their time, their expertise to be mentors to these young women. And then afterwards, we have, different training programs, self-esteem. We have different things for the world of work, career development, etc. And internal development, psychological, psychosocial support for them. And then we stay with them for a period of, I think, 3 to 6 months afterwards, and send them off into the world. And of course, they could always come back home to us.
So as you mentioned, coming back home, of course, I know you would have had some mentorship programs before. Do you see that return coming in of those who have been in the program?
We see people, especially now. The thing is, those girls tend to be, let's see, 15, 16, 17, 18, could be even at 13. So sometimes we see them come back and volunteer for different events. Some of the mentors in particular who are not members of AFETT, they join, again, AFETT adjacent, they come to all the networking events, they participate, they support, they share the information. So we always see that kind of cyclical relationship between the people who enter our programs and the people who benefit from them, people who give to them as well.
In your experience so far, of course, Do you see a lot of young women coming to AFETT, to these events, to these programs? Is it based on recommendations, or do you see them taking the onus upon themselves and saying, I want to come and be a part of this?
I think with social media, because I've been around AFETT for 20 years myself. I was AFETT adjacent too before I joined, when I was in university, because I knew people who were on the board and who participated. So there was also a kind of big sister approach. So I have seen young women, young girls actually take it upon themselves to say, you know what, I want to learn more. I want to be around people who are where I want to be. So sometimes it's aspirational. Sometimes it's look, let me go and join AFETT. Some friends talk, but with social media, people are seeing us. There's more visibility. So people say, hey, what's this group? I didn't know there was a group of women who did this. You all look like you all having fun. What's going on inside there? And that's how we get a lot of people to come on board and participate in the networking. We have online hybrid sessions now. So we had leadership in September. That was great. We had people joining us from Africa, from the States, from Switzerland, from Europe, and sometimes non-nationals, Barbadians, different Caribbean people participating. So we're starting to see a lot more participation across the board because of social media too.
That's excellent. Now we have to get to where we can find you on social media. But before we get to that, one of the things that you would have mentioned a little bit earlier in the conversation is with Suit Me Up, it's not necessarily the suits that we're used to. The fact that you can wear other things, of course, and be within the profession, let's say, for want of a better expression. So with your mentorship programs, what areas are there key focus on? And does it really expand throughout all walks of life and employment?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So I think what they're going to be doing this year, and I don't want to give away everything because the social outreach director is going to put a buff on me. But I will say this, we are looking at the inside and the outside as well. So you're looking at the professional development, but also internal development for the girls to shore up their self-esteem, to give people these skills, because you realize, and you would know as a working woman yourself, sometimes in the world of work, it's not just about your paper qualifications, the softer skills, emotional intelligence, imposter syndrome, fighting those, the symptoms of those things. And we even had a session on that a couple of weeks ago for free to the public to attend. Yeah, so social media, it's all there. We always share the links, people could come on board. But that sort of training for the young girls to not only focus on the academics, which I would agree is very important, but you have to be a well-rounded person to be able to survive in this world. So that's what we're focusing on.
Man, ain't that the truth? That is for sure.
Always.
Now, as you mentioned, of course, free to attend with some of the sessions that you do have. What about Suit Me Up? Is there a contribution in order to attend?
Yes. So we're asking for $40, and for the Skills for Success workshop, young women who register pay $25, and they have access to Suit Me Up as well as the session. So we have the training starting at 10, between 10 and 2, and so that's where we'll have the career development, the career planning. We'll have sessions on job application process, how to comport yourself in the world of work, how to present yourself, professional image development, speech, how to speak in an interview, and that's $25.
Yeah,
but everybody else who did not register, I want to say the young at heart women who are already in the professions will be asked to pay a contribution of $40.
Okay, well, and there you go. And I like that as well, the young at heart, very important. It's happening on the 16th of November. You said it's starting at 9 a.m., correct?
9 a.m. to 4.
Now, with the sessions that you would have mentioned, is it same-day registration, or we have to register before?
We prefer that you register before, but we appreciate that people may not be aware, and after seeing this, we may see some more applicants, so that's fine. We've extended the deadline, so just come early enough because the sessions start at 10, and then we will, take them to the room because it'll be a separate area for them.
There we go. Then I love the keen attention that AFETT plays to all the different facets that are so necessary for that holistic development. So kudos to you and your team. And before we close, where can we find you all on social media?
So it's www.theafett.org, and of course, just same thing, AFETT, Facebook, LinkedIn, of course, Instagram. Now we have Instagram presence. So we're everywhere that you are. Not TikTok yet.
But it's coming.
Use them.
Well, Simone, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
Simone Francis Whittier, President of the Association of Female Executives of Trinidad and Tobago, joins us this morning to share Suit Me Up and so much more. Stay tuned because so much more is coming up after this break on Now.
I feel like a kid.